Let's read Pete the Cat, Scuba-Cat. Pete the Cat, Scuba-Cat by James Dean. Pete the Cat is excited. He is on a boat on a beautiful day, and he is about to go scuba diving. Pete puts on a mask and fins. He has a tank full of air so he can breathe underwater. He hopes to see lots of fish. If you are lucky, you might see a seahorse, says Captain Joe. A seahorse, says Pete. I can't wait. I've never seen one before. The ridges look like a horse's mane, says Captain Joe. Groovy, says Pete. Pete jumps into the water. He makes a big splash. Down, down, down he goes. Up, up, up go the bubbles. Pete looks for a seahorse. He sees a swordfish instead. Pete swims out of its way so it can pass. Pete waves to a stingray. It has a long, skinny tail. That's not a seahorse, thinks Pete. Pete feels a tickle on his leg. Pete sees a school of fish. They all look alike, except for a green one. It puffs up. It's a blowfish. It's not a seahorse. Where could one be? Pete looks at the rocks. He sees something long and purple on the sand. What is that? It is an octopus. It has 8 legs. It is not a seahorse. Pete feels another tickle as he swims. What could it be? Pete turns, but he doesn't see anything near him. He sees a cave. Is there a seahorse inside? Pete sees a crab with claws. A seahorse does not have claws, Pete thinks. The cave gets darker as Pete swims forward. He is still looking for a seahorse, and he still feels a tickle on his leg. Then Pete sees an eel. It has ridges, but they don't look like a horse's mane. The eel is too long to be a seahorse. Pete keeps swimming farther into the dark cave. Soon it is too dark to see. How will Pete get out? Pete sees a jellyfish. It glows in the dark. Now Pete can swim his way out of the cave. He sees a striped angelfish. It is beautiful, but it is not a seahorse. Pete swims out of the cave. I wonder why it is still so dark, thinks Pete. It's because Pete is in the shadow of a whale. Yikes! Pete wishes he could jump on a seahorse and ride away. Pete hops on a sea turtle instead. It takes him back to the boat. Sea turtles can swim fast. I did not see a seahorse, thinks Pete. Oh well, I still had a great time. But what is tickling my tail? Pete turns and sees a seahorse. What a great surprise, he thinks. Pete had felt the seahorse tickling his fur when he saw the swordfish, stingray, blowfish, octopus, crab, eel, jellyfish, angelfish, whale, and sea turtle. You were with me the whole time, thinks Pete. What a cool adventure. The end.